Welcome back to Budgeting a Decade to Freedom. Today we're talking about funds and investments. But as you can see, I'm still on my expenses and income because there was a little bit of a development. Yesterday I talked about this, the bonus, my husband's bonus. Well, it came through and we're going to add that to the list today. There is, let me see my little paper, there was a $500 bonus added to this. Yes, there is. So now our tally is at $1,397. That's what we have to play with in our funds and investment. So I'm turning this page around. And yes, it's all prettied up for you guys, of course. And again, we're going to see how we're going to split up that $1,397. Is it $1,397? Yeah, $1,397. We're going to see how we're going to split that up in the week that's coming up. We're going to do a mortgage lump sum? Of course we are. Absolutely. With that kind of money, can't help but do one. Alright, so I noticed something that I messed up last time. I wrote that we were at 24,440. We're actually at 22,440. So it was just a slip of the, I guess, colored pen, if you'd like to say that. So it's 22,440. And I'm going to make I'm sorry, I'm still lisping and I'm French, so an $800 payment on this. And guess what, guys? I've sneaked it in and checked to see what that would do, and it's actually going to put us in a position where I'm going to be able to get rid of those amortization sheets. They will be completed. So that lump sum payment video is going to be a very special one. So at that amount, we will be at $21,640 dollars left that we can pay throughout the year that goes straight to capital. That's always the most interesting part for me. I'd like to get this amount to zero, but we're going to do it one step at a time. That puts us at 18% of that amount, which is $26,000 we can pay every year. So that's the amount, and we've paid 18% of that already. Isn't that exciting? All right, so then next up is utilities. If you're new to this channel, what utilities is, these are funds right now. I decided that I wanted to pay all of my expenses for one full year. So starting from December to December, I wanted to make sure that all my funds were paid. I've paid off land taxes, I've paid out house insurance, car insurance, wood to heat the home. I've paid off as well the internet, and now what's left is utilities. The only thing that we're going to be paying is cell phone, food, and gasoline for the cars. That's it. Month to month. And those can be changed if something happens. If you're having a bad luck, something happens and you need to tighten up your belt or something, the cell phones, the food, and the gas all can be changed. These expenses, they're all paid in advance, so you don't have to worry about it for a 12-month period. So this is our version of an emergency fund. Sorry, I'm still lisping really bad. Okay, so last time we checked, the only thing left for this year to pay in advance was the utilities, and we want to pay $1,500 of the utilities. Last time I checked, we were at $1,170 paid, not paid, but left to pay on it. So that means this is the remaining amount. So we keep paying to the company, the utilities company, so they have it in advance. This time around, because we have this money, I have $800, I'm putting $200, that brings us to $1,000 of our play money left. I like to call it play money now because we never had it before. We never had extra money. This is how living without debt feels like. You actually have money to do things with. And you may agree or not agree with it, but this is the way we are doing it right now. Alright, so that leaves us with a total of $970 left to pay to the utilities company. We're hoping that when we get that done, we can start the ball rolling again. That also, when I calculated, so that we had, is it 35% of that paid off? I do believe that's what I've written. I can't read my own writing. So 35% of the utilities is already paid for the year. And now I have my little book on the side that I like to color in, because as you see, it's the only thing left to pay here for this year. Let's see if I can do that here. See, all of these are already paid. This is good. And I've already done the ones for next year, because when this one is paid off, I'm gonna start saving right away for next year. So I'm gonna be in advance like all the time, which is great. So this was like 70, so it's, I have to put, and I get to finish this row, which is super exciting. Yay! And what do I have? 970. So I have to color in like 30 of that $100 here. So about a third of it. There you go. We started the second line. We just got that left. And then 2019, 2020 will be done. So very exciting. All right. So next up is the emergency fund. So we had $800 to the emergency fund. There you go. And I decided to put $200 back into the emergency fund. What happens with that is that our emergency fund is usually of $3,000, because as you can hear in my mouth, I took $2,300 of that and put it in my mouth, which is for Smile Direct Club, and because of that, I depleted our emergency fund. So I'm going to put it all back in there. So at $800 we added, it brings it back up to $1,000. And that means we are now at 33% replenished. This is pretty good. So out of the $1,397, I have used $1,200 of it. I'm leaving $197. It is Christmas coming, you guys, so I'm going to leave a little bit of money so that we can do a bit of shopping, finish up Christmas stuff. I really haven't done a lot of shopping for Christmas, so I like to have a little money ahead before I start putting stuff on credit cards and get stuck with a big bill next week to pay off. So I think it's smarter to do it this way. All right, next up is the investments. Investments, now one of them is a high interest savings, and I know per se it's not really an investment because really and truly you have to pay interest on it. However, I decided that I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to put it in the color of green and red to make it festive. So EQ Bank, I put $25 from a subscriber who did a booking.com, and I'm just letting it grow for fun. It was a $25 deposit that now is $25.20, and it grows at the rate of 2.3%. That's kind of neat. Next up is Wealthsimple. Now with Wealthsimple, this is a love-hate relationship with this. It's an investment app, and from Patreon, I put $20 from my patrons. Thank you very much last month. I put that $20 in the Wealthsimple account, which brought it up another $20, which today it is currently at a value of $288. And however, the percentage point has not really, I think it was 1.2 the last time I checked. It was 1.2. It didn't really go up that much. It's at 1.3%. So technically it's gone up, but it was at 3% the week before. So at 3% was the highest it had ever been in the whole time that I've been putting the money in there. I was kind of hoping that it was on the upward trend, but it's going back down again. So I don't know, I'm still a little bit out on that. But hey, you know, it's an experiment. I want to see what's going to happen. Now for TFSA, as you know, my emergency fund is in a TFSA. So that $1,000, that's where that is. That's $1,000. So it's still an investment. And last but not least is my RSP. And as always, that is $26,000. I get an update once a year, twice a year. So as soon as I do, I will update this, but I always write $26,000 because, well, that's what I know of right now. I can see the money coming out of my paycheck, but they're not really giving me the full amount because I do an employee match at 4%. There you go. So let's go back here. And I'm going to show you my beautiful decorations because this is really a little work of art. I really enjoyed doing this one. And you know what? If you guys like it and you think it's very pretty, which I do, I think it's really pretty, I'll show you exactly what I used because it's not an impossibility to do this. I know they have wonderful, wonderful planners out there, but if you want to make your own and you don't want to spend fortune, you can. First of all, this book, it comes from the Dollar Tree. I got it quite a few years ago and I've been keeping it because I wanted to use it for this. The only thing that cost me money was this was at Michael's, but you know what? This was $5.99 at Michael's. and that's what I use for the stencils. The pens, they're all Dollar Tree pens, every single one of them, except for, I guess, this one, which is a Papermate, the red that I use for this, but it's just a regular red pen, and and this is just a green felt tip marker. There you go. This tape across that people call washi, it's not actually washi tape. It is from the Dollar Tree. It's that tape, that Christmas ribbon that they sell. You just glue it on. There you go. As for this, the Christmas trees, Dollar Tree, the canes, the holly, all of that, Dollar Tree. And finally, I guess here, these little stickers. One, I'll show you, is a gingerbread house. Isn't that pretty? And the other one is Rudolph, right? What are these? Well, they came in a pack of all of these. They're the to and from stickers for gifts. I'll see if I can find the ones with the reindeer. I think anyway, they're all different ones. Oh yeah, there it is, see? To and from. I just cut the to and from out of there. And I cut the to and from out of the gingerbread house. And I just stuck it on the page. They make great sticker decorations. And the whole bundle cost me $1. So as always, this didn't cost very much, yet I think it looks like $1 million. Anyway, this has been my budget for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and like, and you don't have to have more. To be more, being you is more than enough. I sure hope that you are getting ready for your Christmas and that everything is going well for you. Tell me what you've done already. Tell me, are you done your Christmas shopping? Are you shopping smart this year? Are you making one big purchase, a bunch of little purchases? Tell me how that's going for you. Leave it in the description below, in the comment box below, and I would love to hear from you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.